Hey, welcome back to the Positive Side Podcast. Glad you're tuning in. The host, Jeremy Todd, coming to you live from the world headquarters. I just felt like getting a message out today, and we're going to talk really about, some of these goals that we're going through and then what to expect, because it seems like this time of year, we have these great ideas, and then all of a sudden they fade off. So we're going to get into that in just a second. But I did this super cool thing the other day, and I'm thinking maybe turning this to a business opportunity. I don't know. I would just love to hear your feedback. I made a recording for my friend. Her father was turning 70. And I took the questions that I asked at the end of my podcast and I asked him these questions. And it was so cool because then I took that video and sent it to her. And then she's allowed to share this to her family members. And it's something that, it's a YouTube link that she can keep and her family can keep for the rest of their lives. And like I said, he turned 70. It was pretty cool. And it also gives an insight to an elderly parent. And all respect to him too, but he's not that old, but it was cool. So I thought about, hey, maybe I can do this and turn it into an opportunity. So, hey, if you ever want me to do that, maybe interview a loved one, I'd love the chance to. And, just shoot me an email, jeremy@jeremytodd.com. Okay. Anyways, back to the reason I want to do this podcast today. It just seems like this time of year, people love to see you quit doing your quote unquote resolutions or your goals. I think that's a lot of people fail at that because you start getting outside pressures. Oh, you're still doing that thing. Or are you going to continue to do that? But this is where we need to rise up. We really need to dig down deep and say, this is why I'm doing it. And this is my why. I've talked about the why a lot in the recent episodes, but the why is to stay healthy. The why is to go for the goals and dreams. The why is to make more money, is to get unstuck in life, whatever the case is. And I don't know why people are hating. I don't get that. And I want everybody to be successful. That's why I love when people email me and share me their wins. I love that. But there's something about that. It's like this positivity sunshine comes out at first of the year where everybody's excited and motivated. And then all of a sudden it starts getting cloudier every single day. And then all of a sudden, all these people start coming out. We get down on ourselves. It's tough. That's why I want this message to really resonate with you, is that I just don't want you to give up. You have greatness within, and this is your opportunity to really change your life. 2020 sucked. I get it for a lot of people, but this is an opportunity. Don't give up. We need to prove to all the people that have doubted us for our entire lives that we can do this. This year has to be different. And again, you may be out there listening, Jeremy, I've tried this year after year after year after year. Let's make this year different. Why not? Let's actually prove to not only other people that we have greatness within, more importantly, let's prove to ourselves that we can overcome obstacles. We can fight through the tough times. We can prove everybody wrong. That's always been at us for our entire life. I'll use myself as an example, like I always do. When I first started this podcast, literally no one listened. Nobody. And really, to be honest, not a lot of people listen to it still. But that's okay, because I don't care. I have this message that I want to give out. And it's going to take time. It's going to take year after year after year after year. But you wouldn't believe some of the people that hate on me. It's been some of the most personal, best friends, relationships, relatives that always ask me, what are you doing? Why this positive thing? You're so weird. I mean, like, well, I know I'm weird, but it's just interesting because it's like they are not only afraid for you to go after your goals and dreams and maybe fail. Maybe they want to bring you back and because they care about you, they don't want you to fail. But I think bigger than that, I think people are it's easy to talk bad about you behind your back because it's their own fears that they've never taken a chance in their lives. That's the biggest thing for me that I always think about when I get the people that talk behind my back. I walk into a room, everybody gets quiet. It's all happened to us before, and I know. And again, putting this book out, the positive side. If you haven't grabbed your book, you run over to the Amazon and snag it. But man, it's stronger now than ever because I put that personal stuff in there. So now when I walk into a room, boy, it's like crickets sometimes. But that's okay, because again, what that tells me is they're actually talking about me, and I think, isn't that a good thing? No matter how many haters are going to talk about you, there's going to be one or two, three people within all your groups that are really going to get inspired. This message of just getting that message out and inspiring one other person, isn't that enough? One person is enough to change their lives. So as we go through this and as we, start doubting ourselves, yesterday was a great reminder. It's been cloudy here for 2 weeks in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and finally the sun comes out. It brightens everybody's mood. It makes you feel good. The warmth from the sun, you feel all that. And that's really what I'm looking forward to with everything that you're going through and maybe going to the gym and changing all these things you're trying. and maybe it's getting cloudier and cloudier and cloudier, your sunshine is coming. That day will happen when all of a sudden a couple things will align. The clouds will get out of the way, the sun will beat down on you, and you're going to have someone reach out and say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for that message. Thank you for going for your dreams. Thank you for being different. Thank you for trying. Thank you for being that example. And I think that's the most important thing we got to remember is when we started January 1st going after these goals and dreams. And if you listen to the series that I did, three ways to have the best year ever, if you haven't listened to, go back and listen to those, but that's part of it. It's expecting the people to come out that you may love the most to tell you that you're crazy and you're not doing it. Again, for two reasons: either they're just trying to protect you, or the bigger one, which I think is that they're really jealous and they can never do what you do. I know it sounds harsh, but in reality, that's nine times out of 10, that's really what it is. Because I bet if you ask them, what do you truly love to do, and what would you do if money was no option? They're all going to have different answers of what they're doing right now with their lives. But again, you have the guts and the fortitude and the audacity and the authenticity to go after it, not them. So and again, they talk bad behind you, behind your back, but that's okay. Grant Cardone said a long time ago, the closer you get to your goals, the more haters you're going to have. And believe me, I've got them and you're going to have them too. But one of the most important things you can do is expect them. And when you expect them, it's just a little bit less because you're like, hey, come on, bring them on. I see you coming. I see you're out there. Let's do this. And thank you for pushing me even more. The Positive Side Podcast. Quick message on a Sunday, but I thought it was important to get jacked up going into Monday and get refocused if you're not focused on those goals. Today is crucial. Sundays are important to get that schedule right, get your mind right, and get a good night's sleep. Next week's going to be huge. I promise you. And you know what? Something great's going to happen to you next week. I feel it in my gut. I feel it in my soul. I feel it. Keep fighting. Something's great is coming your way. I don't know what it is, but make sure you're open-minded enough to understand what it is and see it. The Positive Side Podcast. I say it in every single episode. Find me everywhere on social media. Find me on YouTube. Subscribe to that. This video will be up there. You've got greatness within. Like always, this is The Positive Side.